Officials are talking about a school shooting, something just happened this morning.
Police say they do have a suspect in custody. Let's listen.
They ran to that gunfire, located the shooter, and engaged that shooter in exchange of gunfire. The suspect was struck and transported from this location, and that suspect has since been pronounced deceased. At this time, no officers are injured. We had 8 individuals from the school who were transported to local hospitals. One adult female has been pronounced at a local hospital. I believe that was from gunfire. We have one teenage female remaining here at the scene. She's also been pronounced as a result of wounds she received from gunfire. The others who were injured suffered a variety of injuries, from shrapnel injuries to gunshots. They're currently being treated. As their condition changes, we hope for the better. We'll provide that information to you as the day goes on. The building has been searched, initially by responding officers, then by our SWAT team. The bomb dog did go through the building after that. The Force Investigation Unit will be conducting the investigation here. They now control the building. They're going to be conducting their search and doing interviews. All the kids, when they were left the school, were directed to 2 particular locations. They've since been transported to Gateway School. Parents may respond to Gateway School to be reunited with their children. We do need to get the information of the kids who were in the building so we can talk to them. That may not happen today. We need to get their information, understand, but they may not be interviewed today, understanding that they just went through a traumatic incident. But we do need to identify who was in the building and where they were at. It's very important. The officers did an amazing job. I was talking to a captain who was one of the first people into the school building. He spoke about how the officers arrived quickly, made entry with no hesitation, went directly to the sound of gunfire, which is the expectation not only of the department but of the community as well, to protect our kids and our teachers in these schools that should be considered safe. This is a heartbreaking day for all of us. It's going to be tough. While on paper we might have 9 victims, 8 who are transported and 1 remain, we have hundreds of others. Everyone who survived here is going to take home trauma. Even the officers who responded here, and the firefighters and the paramedics who worked on people here are going to experience some degree of trauma. It's terrible to think about. Here is a safe place where kids go to learn, to grow, to develop, and something like this happens. It's just heartbreaking. But that we're aware of, there's no additional threats. So the community is safe here. Officers are patrolling the area. We have located what we believe to be as a suspect's vehicle. We'll be going through that soon after the bomb dog and the bomb squad checks it out. But again, we believe that we have the one suspect recovered and that no one else is at immediate risk at this time. And officers are currently working and processing the scene and going to work to prepare their report for this incident.
Chief, what can you tell us about the suspect? His age, his connection to the school?
Sure. The suspect appears to be about 20 years of age. We haven't positively identified him yet, and that will then lead to any relationship to a person or the school itself.
Can we hold the questions until the end? We have a few other people that need to speak. We'll take questions at the end. Dr. Isom.
So I just want to say our hearts go out to the victims of this tragedy, certainly those who have lost loved ones. But as the chief has said, this is a community tragedy. All of us are impacted by horrific incidents like this. We will continue to work with the school, with the family members, to complete the investigation and help with the recovery from this trauma. We know that many people will never recover, but we will try to assist them as they deal with their grief. So I do want to thank the officers for their response. I was here very quickly, and they engaged the suspect, thankfully, immediately. And so I do believe that their quick actions saved lives. So thank you to the police department, and we will continue to work to follow up and give more information about why and how this happened. So thank you.
We have George Self from the St. Louis Public Schools.
Hi. Obviously, our prayers also to the families right now. Dr. Adams is not here because he's meeting with families right now.
Dr. Adams, right here.
Dr. Adams, step right on. He was not here a few minutes ago.
Dr. Adams, Superintendent.
Good morning. Obviously today is a tragedy. 700 students were impacted by what occurred here. The police department was on the spot, our security team as well, as we're working aggressively to try to find out what occurred and to make sure that this does not happen again. I'm really pleased that the faculty and staff rallied around getting students out of the building as quickly as possible. The building right now is a crime scene, and obviously we'll be working with families to get them the materials that are left in the building and also to reopen the building as soon as possible. I want to thank the police department and all of those parties that came to the table to support the 700 students in this building. So thank you very much.
Mayor Jones, would you speak to this?
I visited this school on the first day and talked to the students and how excited they were about their upcoming school year. They were bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. We laughed, we sang, we danced. And now to be here for such a devastating and traumatic situation breaks my heart, especially as a mother. My son called because they got the news at his school as well. And he says, "Mommy, you sound stressed." I'm stressed and I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken for these families who send their children to our schools hoping that they'll be safe. Our children shouldn't have to experience this. They shouldn't have to go through active shooter drills in case something happens. And unfortunately, that happened today. I also want to thank our first responders who ran in and made sure our babies were safe and took care of the situation sooner rather than later. And I'm sure that everyone involved is going to have to deal with the trauma that will reverberate across our community in the days and the months to come. This is just so unfair. It's so unfair. My heart and prayers go out to the families again. And I want to thank the school district, again, and our first responders for running towards danger to save our children, to save our staff and students. Thank you.